In this video, let's solve NEET problems. Let me give you a context that the Earth here is rotating from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. That's from west to east. The radius of the Earth is r from the center of the Earth to the surface. The rocket is launched from the surface of the Earth and goes up to a height h, which is marked there. If you want to know the derivation of the equations, please refer to the video link that I have put on the screen. In the first problem, we have the launch velocity of the rocket. We have to find among the options the height up to which the rocket will go. It's a finite value as it's given that the rocket will fall back to Earth. We use the standard available equation r plus h equal to r squared by r minus vi squared by 2g. Vi is the initial velocity. Substitute vi is equal to ve by root 2, which is given. And we have to take care to put in a consistent unit for the calculation. I would prefer to convert all kilometers into meters so that we don't have a problem. Continuing the calculation, we will get a value for r plus h, and from that we need to extract h. We subtract the value for the radius of the Earth. Again, we are assuming the rocket is launched from the equator, and we get h as 6,400 kilometers, which is option 3. We now move to the next problem. This is a typical NEET problem where another planet with a different mass, a different radius than that of the Earth is presented, and we have to find out what would be the escape velocity for a rocket launched on that planet as compared to the escape velocity on Earth. To solve this problem, it's important to fix the symbols correctly. So we have called VE Earth as escape velocity on Earth. Similarly, VEP as the planet's escape velocity. ME is mass of the Earth. MP as mass of the planet. RE is radius of Earth. RP is radius of the planet. And use the standard equation of escape velocity is equal to root 2 gm by r anywhere in the universe, and take ratios of VE Earth divided by VE planet, square the left hand side, and then you will get in terms of m Earth by m planet into radius of planet by radius of Earth. Plug in the ratios given in the question, and then you will get the escape velocity of planet as 3 into VE by 4. But it's given that the escape velocity on Earth is just called V, is just a naming thing. So therefore you get the answer as 3V by 4. That's all there is to this problem. We move to the next problem. In this case, the rocket or body is launched at double the normal escape velocity on the Earth, and we have to find out what will be the final velocity when it reaches infinity. We use the normal symbols. VE is the normal escape velocity. In this problem, the initial velocity VI, I'm calling it as VI nu. That's equal to 2 times of VE. We have to use the law of conservation of energy, specifically the law of conservation of gravitational energy. That is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So we have to equate initial kinetic energy and the initial potential energy to the final kinetic energy and the final potential energy. So you can see here the initial kinetic energy is half mv squared, but we have to use vi nu for the initial velocity. Potential energy is always minus gmm by r. In the final case, when it reaches infinity, the final velocity is vf nu and the final height is h, where h is equal to infinity. So the right hand side term minus gmm by r plus h becomes 0. This simplifies the equation on the right hand side, and we are left with half vf nu whole squared. On the left hand side, substitute ve is equal to root 2 gm by r, which becomes same as half ve squared is equal to gm by r. This further simplifies the left hand side of the equation, and then you get half into vf nu whole squared equal to 3 by 2 into ve whole squared. And we get the answer as the final velocity vf nu at infinity equal to ve root 3 or 11.2 root 3 kilometers per second. From a practical learning viewpoint, rockets are not launched purely vertically. Two things come into the picture. One is that the Earth is rotating from west to east. How to take advantage of that? The second point is that the atmosphere is also rotating along with the Earth from west to east. How do we take advantage of that? The third point is that the atmosphere is very dense close to the Earth, offering a lot of resistance to the rocket's movement. As we go higher, the atmosphere becomes rare and offers less resistance. Therefore, the rockets are launched and made to tilt in such a way that they rotate in the direction of the Earth's rotation. I hope this video gave you some more confidence with physics and some practical insights into launch of rockets as against a theoretical way of looking at it. Do subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and welcome to log in to my website, which has a lot of content. Thank you and have a great day.